This we are going to start today. So even if you miss previous classes, so no need to worry. So can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. How you open generally the hands-on orgs? I mean the org. Just we'll go to the hands-on org. Okay. Then we launch any of one of the playground. Okay. Any one of the program. I mean playground we will be launching. Then whatever we have to do that we'll be doing here. Did you remember where we have written our SOQL queries?
Developer console.
Yes. So we just went to the setup gear. Okay. Then there is something called as developer console. So if you open that one, then something like this will be visible to us. And these are the queries which we have written in our previous class, the last class. Okay. Same here. Okay. Here, in the same window, we are going to write our Apex programs. Let me clear all this. Hmm. So in this window here. So this is our developer console, which is used by developers to develop the backend of Salesforce. What is Apex? It is a backend. It is the backbone of Salesforce. Okay. So that we are going to start today. The JavaScript which we have done, that was the front end. Yes or no? Now, whatever we are going to do, it's a Apex, which is a backend. Okay, backend of Salesforce. What is mean by backend? That will be connected to the database. That will run some scripts in the Salesforce, and that will integrate our Salesforce environment to other Salesforce environments or other softwares. So these are the roles and responsibilities played by Apex as a backend programming language in a Salesforce ecosystem. Okay. Now, how to write a basic class? Okay, how to write a basic program of Apex? Okay. Now there is something called as file here. Okay, there is a drop down called file. Here we will be having a new button, and in that you have an option to create a new Apex class. Okay, new Apex class. If you create this one, you'll be asked to give a name. So let me give a name, hello world. Then just click on OK. I think there is already one program. I mean the one Apex class with the same name. So hello world KC. Yeah. So if you see, this is something similar to the Lightning web component JavaScript code, right? Same class. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Hmm? So here we can write methods. Do you remember? We have written methods in the JavaScript code. So even if you don't remember that one, no problem. So this is a class. Okay. This is a class. What is a class? Okay. What is a class? A class is a okay. A class is something like a container. Okay. Like a container. In that container, we will be having methods. Okay. We'll be having methods. These methods will perform certain tasks. Okay, these methods will perform certain tasks. Here we'll be having variables, here we will be having loops, condition checks. So these all you will be having inside these methods. Okay, even outside this method, I mean that means inside this class we can have some variables. Okay, we can have some variables. Uh, or constant variables, some other things called constructor methods. So there are other things as well. But primarily, a class contains methods. Okay. These methods are the main building blocks of this complete code. Okay. Complete class. Without these methods, we cannot have a class that can perform certain action. Okay. Now, so we have a class. So how to create a class? Just by clicking this one file, and then there is something called as new. Okay, there is something called as new. Then inside that,
Apex class.
ah, hmm, hmm. Now let's start it. To create a method, we have to write like this: public static. Okay, public static void. Okay, public static void method name. Method name. Just I say, the method name is display. Okay, display. That's it. Nothing else. Okay, nothing else. So public means anyone can use this method. Static, I'll say what is static, what is non-static going further, but just remember that in a class there will be two different kinds of methods. One is static methods, and the other thing is non-static methods. For the non-static methods, you don't need to write like this static, but for the static methods, you definitely need to write a static. Why we will be writing? What is the use of this one? We'll see later in classes. And this is something called as return type of the class. For now, we are not returning any time. Sorry, return type of the method. For now, we are not returning anything from this method. It's just going to display whatever the data we have written here. Okay, just for our sake. Now, public static void display. This is a syntax. Okay, this is syntax to write a method. This is syntax to write a method. Now you can see here the syntax of the class public class and the class name, which is the hello world KC. And here in third line we have public static void and display. Okay. Now we can write anything here. We can write anything. Okay. Just I create two different types of data. Okay, two different types of data, or just let's print only one thing. Just let's print it. System dot debug. Okay. Did you remember in the JavaScript we have written console dot log? Yes or no?
Yes.
Here we have system dot debug. Okay.
Semicolon.
Yeah. We'll write. System dot debug. We have system dot debug. And here double quotes are not acceptable in the Apex programming language. We only need to use single quotes. Okay. Now, so we have written just one line of code, system.debug hello world. If you know C language, then in the C language on C++, let's say C++, you have C out. Okay, C out. In the Java, we have system.println. Yes or no? There are different things to print something on the screen. Okay, for in other languages, even in the Python, it's print, just print. Okay. Similarly, in the Apex, what we have to print something,
System.debug.
system.debug. Okay, system.debug. So in the debug logs, whatever we have written here, that will be printed on inside the debug log. Let's see how we can run this program. In the Lightning components, it's very easy. We just drag and drop that component on the screen, and we just click some buttons, and that will be run in the background. Okay, that buttons also we only created, but Apex is not like that. There are different approaches to run the Apex class. Okay, Apex class, or to call some method. Now now what is the class here? Class is a one sec.
Collection of methods.
Hello world KC.
Hello world case is a class. Okay, hello world case is a class. In that there is a method called public static void display is a method. Okay.
Display.
So public class hello world case is a class, and this is a method. Now this method belongs to this class. That is very clear. Yes or no? Now, who
Yes.
should call this? How we can run it? That we'll be seeing here. We have something option called here. Can you see here?
Yes.
Debug. So if you click on debug, open execute anonymous window. This is the most easiest way to run any of the method from any of the class. Okay. Now we want to run the display method. So we can see hello world on the screen. So for that to run, this is the most easiest method to open a execute anonymous window. Okay. Let me click on that. If you click on that, this is the previous code. So don't worry. Just let me clear this one. There is another window open for you, a small window where we can write a anonymous code to run something on the backend Apex. Okay. Now, now, what is the class name here?
Hello world.
Hello
Hello
world
world.
KC.
So hello world KC, from the hello world KC dot, we use dot notation to tell that whatever the display method is that we are calling is from the hello world. Just like this we call it. So we need to call which method? Display method.
Display.
That
Display.
display method belongs to which class? Hello world
Hello
KC.
world
Hello
KC.
world.
And this is not a property, just a normal variable. It's not a variable, it's a method. Method is a function. So function should be called like this. Okay. This is called a function call. Function will be created like this. Function will be called like this. So to 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 know everyone that we are calling a function. That means method or function. If the function are individual, then we say functions. If the functions are inside the class, we say methods. Okay, methods of that class. Now we are calling display method from hello world KC class. Now there is something called as open log. So just check that one, open log here. Then there is something called as execute. Okay, just execute that. If you click on execute, the system will run that and generate a logs for log means what? Okay, we run this. Okay, we run this code. See, execute anonymous apex run. How many bytes of memory it has taken? Heap allocation. This complete, even the minute information about our program will be given to us. Which is the class? Hello world case is the class. Okay, which is a method? Display. Okay, display
Display.
is the method. What got printed? You can see user want to print, user debug. Hello world. On which line?
What? Fourth.
On fourth line. Let's check it. Is it on the fourth line? Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is how we can run. So this is the more information. SOQL queries are means do we use any SOQL queries inside that Apex class? So what is the CPU time taken? So these are the limits. Okay, we'll see that later. But so this is how the log is generated, even with the time info. Who run that log? Who run that code? Okay. Now, so we have what we want, only the debug statement, right? We don't want to see, as of now, we don't need these all things. So there is something called as this frame, this executable and debug only and filter. So let's check debug only. This is what we want. Okay. Whatever user want to debug the system.debug statements, that only you show to me. This is what it mean when we check this. Hello world. So Neha and Bhavani, is it clear?
Yes.
Neha, is it clear?
Yes.
So this is a this needs to be very clear to you, because what is class and what is method, unless and until you get these things, you can't write a major code going further. Because going further, the code will be almost 200 lines of code, maybe 500 lines of code. So to cope up with such things, you definitely need to understand this: what is class, what is method, what is the printing statements we do, and how we create a pro class in the Salesforce ecosystem in the backend, and how we run it. Okay. whatever we have seen is it is one type of running. Whatever. Now we have seen this one. This is one of the way to run. There are other ways to run. We'll see going further, but this is the most easiest way to run the methods from a particular class. Now let me write another method. Public static add. Okay. Now Now, in any of the program language, Varshit, you have seen in the JavaScript as well, right? The
Yeah.
whatever the data types we have, data types. Any program language will have data types. In JavaScript, what are the programming? What are the types? I mean, what are the that means what are the
Integer,
integer,
string,
string,
date,
yeah, integers in numbers and strings,
numbers, date,
string,
Float.
decimal. So these are the data types only,
float.
right? So any programming language that should have the data types. Yes or no? Okay. Now in this, in Salesforce also, we have such data types. Okay. We have in the Apex, mainly in the Apex, not in the Salesforce, we say. In the Apex programming language, which is used as a backend programming language for the Salesforce, we have certain data types because a data needs a type to declare it. Integer A equals to 5. Okay. Then integer b equals to 6. Integer result equal to a plus b. This is called operation, right? Arithmetic operation. Any of the program language is similar, whether it's JavaScript, whether it's Python, whatever you take. But we are doing arithmetic operation. We are declaring the data of a particular type. Okay. So we are starting with which data type? Integer data type. Okay.
Integer.
Now
And
system dot debug.
now, do we need to define the result also as integer?
It depends. So if you are suppose if you are if you are doing a division, okay, then integer doesn't work here. We know why integer
But
doesn't work.
we have defined a as integer.
Yeah, as integer.
They-
Sorry, I
Or
didn't get you.
we have already uh, assigned a as integer, right?
Uh-huh.
Then we need to like
A is integer.
we,
Okay, a memory is created. That memory
yeah.
will integer na.
Yeah, we are
Integer.
storing in result, so
Uh,
it should be
uh,
also integer.
Yes. So integer 4 bytes is created. Okay, well and fine. Now B. B is also integer. So you told it's an integer. So Salesforce will allocate 4 bytes of memory for this. Memory. I'm talking about memory allocation. Then you are telling result. Okay? Result. Result you didn't say anything. So whether it should assign 2 bytes, 4 bytes, or 8 bytes, or as a string, some indefinite bytes. So how much what is the memory allocation for this? So if you tell integer, then it knows, okay, we have to allocate 4 bytes of memory. Okay. If you don't mention whether it's integer, whether it's something else, then it won't even create a memory for you. Leave about the memory size. It won't even create a memory for you because it says the data type of the result is not specified to us. So how can we proceed with the memory allocation? So the memory will not be created. Clear?
Still I have a doubt. Like we have defined is equals to 5, which is integer,
Hmm.
and result is equals to a into b.
Hmm.
The a will be taken from integer only, right?
Yes. A will be taken
So
from
that's
integer only.
yeah. Then for the memory, we need to define a result is also integer, right?
Yes. See, for any, so don't leave about this one. Okay, leave about this one. To declare any variable, result is a variable, na? Variable concept, you know.
Mm.
Variable is a container which
Yeah.
stores some information. Okay.
Yes.
Ah, so variable is a container which stores information. To create a container in a memory, computer memory, it needs a type first. Okay, without a type, a container cannot be created. That's the basic rule. You leave about this one. This will come later. First, the memory creation for this will take place. Okay, are you getting the point? No, not yet.
I have got it now.
You got it? Okay. Hmm. System dot debug. So result A plus B. So if suppose I didn't give this one, okay, variable does not exist. Means where did you declare the variable? We don't know, but you are using that result here in the 10th line. So you have to declare it. So even declaration itself is not taking. Okay,
Okay.
clear? Yeah. So same concept. Call the class name, and from the class call the method name, then run it. Logs, we can see here logs, or here, I mean, there is something called logs, or if not, you check that open log. So see, this will be created for you. Okay. So if you don't want to look into this, all the things, just create a debug only. You got it at the 11th line. The answer is 11, 5 plus 6. This is called line number. Okay. This is line number. This is debug. And this is the answer. Okay. Clear? Yes or no?
Yeah, it is clear.
Yeah. The
Yeah, no, it's clear.
basic thing here. Let me clear this one. Now let me go to the Apex Developer Guide. Apex Developer Guide. If you are a Salesforce developer, then in your system there should be definitely this Apex Developer Guide. Okay. You can't always go to the internet and open this one. So there should be a downloaded version of this one. It will be a PDF version. So you have to download it for sure. Now there is everything related to Apex. So we start with getting started with Apex. Introduction, quick start, then writing Apex. So if you start with the writing Apex, so this one, writing Apex. Okay. Hmm. So data types. What is this? Data types and variables. So let's say the data types. Okay. Data types. Sorry, we'll go with primitive data types first. Can you see here how many data types are there? Let me zoom out. Oh, sorry. Blob, boolean, date, datetime, decimal, double, ID, integer, long, object, string, time. String, string is a basic thing. It's a collection. It's like a sentence. Okay, so it's like a sentence. And when you talk about this long is nothing but a big integer. A big integer. What is the ratio? Minus 2 to the power of 63 to 2 to the power of 63 minus 1. These powers na? Means that much big number. That much big number you can store. Okay. Here integer, it's a 32-bit. What is the range? This is the range. Okay. This is the range of a integer. If you want to store a long, okay, a long data type in a integer data type, then it will delete the other, I mean the end values will be there, no, that will be deleted. Okay, more than the particular value will be deleted or it will be rotated. See, rotate in the thing, you know, speedometer, na? Speedometer.
Yes.
There will be something like a speedometer. Let's say you have only two digits of speedometer. Okay, two digits of speedometer. What is the maximum number it can store? 0, 1 to okay 99. Yes or no? 0, 1 to 99. If suppose 99 is done, then what will be the next number? Again, it will start from 0, 1 only, na? 0, 0 only, na? 0, 0,
Mm.
0, 1. So if you want to store long integer in a integer, the data you can't even expect what data you will get. Okay, so it will be like rotation. 99 plus, suppose you have given 105, 99 plus more 5 places, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will get answer as 4. Okay, so like this the data will be unexpected. So whenever you are going to store a particular data in a particular variable, make sure the data is under the limits. Long is also integer, integer is also integer, but integer will have a different values, permittable values, and this is also having a different range of permittable values. Okay, id you leave it. Double is nothing but a decimal. Okay, double is nothing but a decimal. So okay, decimals and double similarly. Double is a long range of value, higher values. Okay, and decimal is also a decimal value only. I mean the floating variable. 0.5, 0.5, 7.5, like this, 7.7, like this, but having a some limit. Okay, but whereas double is a having a 64 bit capacity, 64 bit capacity will be having, and minus 263 to plus 263. We'll be having each and every data type uh, examples uh, in our Apex classes, but just I'm showing here. Okay, date time will be having. Okay, date time will also be having. So just to go through this today, we'll discuss it again in next class. But you just go through the data types and try writing this Apex class. How you'll write Apex class? File, new, Apex class.
Apex class.
Name, example 2, or let's say calculator. So you have a calculator class. So inside the calculator class, I want public static void add method. Then again, same like that. How many methods we want? Some subtraction, multiplication, division. Subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay. So what each will perform? You know very well. So what is the addition? What is the subtraction? What is the multiplication? What is division? So write the code for that. Then print it. Okay. Then print it. So I have explained you about the integers. Now it's your duty to go with the decimals as well. Okay, add decimals. Only these are something related to numbers, integers and decimals. Integer, decimal, long, and double. Try all these examples. Okay, try all these examples and keep it in the chat. Okay, tomorrow. Keep it in the chat. So everyone, try differently. Try different numbers. Try different examples and put it in the chat in your group chat. Is it okay? This task? This is a basic one, very basic one. Neha, is it okay?
Yes.
Bhavani, Varshit,
Yes.
see,
Yeah, okay.
without Apex, you can't be a Salesforce developer. This is for sure. Without JavaScript, you can be a Salesforce developer, but without Apex, you can't be the Salesforce developer. This is for sure. If you are not learning Apex, then you can't be a Salesforce developer. So learn Apex. Start from very basic. Okay. I'll give little more concept. Okay, little more concept related to these methods, and we'll stop this class. Okay.
Okay.
For this method, uh, this is the method, right? Instead of declaring inside, I can also declare like this: integer a, integer b. Instead of writing here, I can also write here. Okay, I can also write here. But the question here comes, where do I give the value to this? See, instead of writing just a small thing, okay, small thing. Instead of writing here, I have written here. This is called parameterized method, parameterized methods. Okay, this is called as parameterized methods. Now, for this parameterized methods, how can we pass the data is similar to this only. Hello world KC. Then we add when we call that method. Inside this, we say how many data it is going to take. 1 and 2, na?
Yeah.
Here we give 15 comma some
Comma
20.
20.
If there are some extra integer c, okay, integer c, sorry, integer c, how many data it is going to take this add method?
3.
3.
3.
So you pass 3 methods. This is called as parameterized methods. These are called as parameterized methods. So I wish you all use this concept only. Okay, inside this calculator method, you all use parameterized methods instead of normal methods. Please go with the parameterized methods. So why we use parameterized methods? Because if I write integer, okay, here only 5 comma 6 only I can give. But if I write integers here, I can pass any data anytime now. I don't want, I won't change here. I can only change here only. Yes or no? The class
Yes.
I don't need to change anytime, but this I can change. Okay.
Okay.
Do practice, and I want this everything, every class to me by tomorrow afternoon. Okay. Or let's say evening, 6 p.m. Tomorrow again at 7 p.m. there will be a class. Okay. On Apex. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.